Abushan forces say I'm no because currently open political show omoye bias pa abushan for neck pressing boom ni propaganda sem pa and it's our program na ekoso or Joy News. That is the news file program now. The way I okay host to know the way we see direct questions na I thought that na say Ghana journalism na kwa say be media houses be on a political affiliation. Because where the way because we program what to afan got on afan from various political parties no more banners we also a chairman you have to remain neutral no what drive program no what you be views but the quest so could criticize for the hard and Dennis Miracle Aboagye there's what dress or more papa program no so as what the papa he say story no adane on Mr. Adu Boahen case no because you say papa no krata or the ababeto abonte say the abremu dada no say what chere the odini sika NDC for so we are nyina the 48 million Ghana cedis no so what chere na hwemu abusua sika wa pia e de akwa NDC aban no abusua enye easy na say no special aid you are this kakoma no cars ayato no you see so far and said then you be aba no abeka no de ketekete we be aba no abeka na say na enye possible baby I've seen pictures papa yi ni mahama mudle ginemu meetings ahodo papa a team as say nyina start eba abonte na say there is no krebi e wasa na papa na comes to say no NDC for campaign no yeah there's all sponsor be actively pa we o man ni sika de akoma opposition party we de nye ne ka ono na e ka say papa yi e ko we mu ne hu say papa yi kra sa dwondom ni mahama na appointed no back in 2016 na akufado buy a one pam na say NDC moja ni wonimu an o de wi o man ni sika na Dennis Miracle Aboagye ko pie mu ha bicha form ne twetwen komo no papa we one of the best communicators or MPP mo a oka ho pa be the way we see yi and seven ma host no because bias pa no person mo ye ho ne agenda na person mo raise wo ho papa we ensem no hono bisafo na enye easy na say the we see handle asem na chire wo mu di o mato o levels na bisa sa ensem hye ho papa na afina ensem ni nyina ebo pp da bisa sa papa enye de letter na kra ba bi hunu kra na yuna wo hwe ne letter ni ma ba bi wo ho a etima classified or letter na se ho baby a ese sika bi a call baby a tro classified recipient and your codis can usua and then nyina aba be dia and then Dennis Miracle Aboagye chire wo mu nyina na was school mo papa e wo ho papa and then me de yi pa because we bias na e cost e was our program so bisha na nye easy kra na ye de brani nkuti nkomo twetwe na ko ye ni bi we also comment section na kire wadwen ha Tvghana wo buy channel no so like na share your stories in my we are no subscribe one my
had to come in. He has a flight to catch, so he's done with us. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure I'm not the only one feeling this way. We've been bombarded with a lot of information, a lot of assumptions, hypotheses, and I think that bright assumptions and hypotheses are rightly so because we have brought it upon ourselves. To be very honest, why are we even doing this? Found somebody have committed a crime at the Attorney General. Your investigation. Finish it. Sometimes, even you media houses, you have reporters in the court. Several cases, some are even worse than this that are in the courts. Courts start their hearing. A lot of information will come out. And at that point, it will no longer be assumptions and hypotheses. There will be information that are being divulged in the courts, and then we can also consume some. We are here simply because we attempted to combine politics with law. That's why we are doing this to ourselves. Because, 30 minutes presentation from Bright, and it's all assumptions. What if it comes out that, if we realize that, should it be the case that...
It's not all assumptions.
So, 90% something. That is what it is. So if it's 90, then it's all. That is what it is.
He makes an emphatic statement.
Like what?
That the claims do not hold water.
According to him, he's not the court.
So that's an assumption.
It's an assumption. You're not the court. You're not the court. You're not the judge. So according to you, that is it.
This is different from the court.
No. On what basis is he saying that? According to him, that is what it is. The only person in this country, or the only persons who can make such emphatic statements are the courts. Otherwise, what you say, what I say, what counsel says, what doc says are all assumptions.
You can't separate what has happened now from what is going on in the court.
I am saying that what he is saying, it's his view based on hypothesis. Because you see, this is conclusion that he gave is based on a presentation that he made, which were simply, if he doesn't have authorization from the minister, what if he does? Did we even know that there was authorization from a national security coordinator? We didn't know until the issue came up, and then later that also popped up. So there are so many things we may not know at this point. So many things. Why? Why are we spending 1 hour, 2 hours to discuss something that will ultimately find itself in the court? Even Attorney General himself has come out to say that, hold the man in jail for me, because I'm still investigating. And then you say that if he didn't know for a fact, he doesn't know for a fact. That's why he's still keeping the man in jail, so that he continues his investigations.
He knows for a fact. Have you seen the charge sheet?
I am coming.
If you
have concluded your investigation, you won't go to the judge and say, he's still interfering with investigation, give me time, I need to finish investigation. That's what we know for a fact. That is what in the past week he has told the judge. That hold the man for me, because I'm still investigating. Why are we doing this ourselves? I'm not holding breath for anybody. I am only saying that we shouldn't mix politics with law. You are the lawyers, you know it. So you found out that this gentleman may have committed some crime. Then you came to hold a press conference. In fact, you almost, or should I say, even pronounced him guilty. And even said that you are very sure that if he doesn't come and negotiate, he may go for 25 years. And added so many things. You went on to list things, properties, and all. So you see, in the first place, you created a certain impression in the minds of the Ghanaian public that the man is guilty. And let's be fair, that was what was done. And Samson, do you think it would be fair for this to happen to you? No matter the crime you've even committed. When we have a law that even describes a murderer as not guilty until proven same, what was done to the gentleman? Do you think it would be fair on you? Because even today, if this man should go through the court processes and come out not guilty, he can never take off the taint that has been placed on him.
Oh, why not?
How? The number of people, you know how media works. Sometimes I always tell people, one of the reasons why when I'm on media platforms, I make sure that when somebody says something and I don't let it pass. Because you see, the number of people who are watching this now, you may not have all of them watching you tomorrow morning. So there are people who watch the Attorney General or listen to him just in a car, in a trotro, and didn't even have the chance to listen to him, his second presser on the gentleman. There are some who listen to the Attorney General and have not had the chance to see this letter the gentleman has written. So all I am saying is that we say we run a country by law, and the country's law are clear. I am not guilty until proven same. We should just slow down on this matter. You see,
if you read, do you classify the U.S. as an advanced democracy?
Yes, very much.
Okay. Do you know what the DA's departments do?
What do they do?
The district attorneys.
What do they do?
When they have matters of public interest, they call the press. That's what they do.
They don't. I've never seen any DA or anybody hold the press and declare somebody they have guilty and say that he is going to go to jail for.
They do, and they tell you that's why they are going to court.
I haven't seen
that if they are not sure that the person will be found guilty, they will go to court.
I haven't seen that. You have seen it. Okay. But the point here is that it is the reason why today you read the man's statement and he says, I am here in jail. I am being accused and almost being tried in the public space for stealing a certain 49 million. As a result of that, even other unrelated things are being connected to it. I mean, I listened to Brighton, almost about 40% of the things he said are not related to the specific charge, the 49 million. He's not talking about, doing something without authorization, and talking about the laws and procurement and all those things, and budgeting for national security. That is not related to the specific matter. But he says that I am quite hesitant in divulging certain information to my interrogators because I know what is involved. But over the past weeks, I've been attempting to meet you, the National Security Coordinator, but I believe that because of your busy schedule, we haven't been able to meet. Considering the exigencies of the situation, I have to now write to you. And in my current position, I am telling you that you may have found out by now, and he has that in his statement, as you may have realized by now. You see, there is a coded message there that is clearly indicating that whoever is the National Security Coordinator should either know whether the guy is lying or not. Whether he knows about the 49 million, whether the 49 million, as he claims he has utilized it, is authorized or not, the National Security Coordinator should know by now. He should have that information. And Mr. Adu Boahen clearly captures that in the statement. Then he goes on to list, line by line item, what it is that he has done, or he did, or the agency did with the 49 million. Then he comes to the issue of the company. And he says that I did not get up to go and create a certain company and move money into it. This company was created with the authorization of my bosses. This is the letter. And the letter is there showing that a certain boss of his wrote to him that do this. Why did you use your wife? We will not know. The national security architecture should come and tell the court. Should come and tell the court why a certain head of a national security institution decides to use their wives. They may have genuine reasons. I have been an MC before, at least. And in my municipality, I had the pleasure of seeing chop bar owners, barbers, carpenters, and several kind of persons in this country who are operating in the national security for various reasons. So at this juncture, everything you say is purely based on assumptions, speculations, hypotheses. There is only one thing we know for a fact. A certain 49 million cedis was moved from the Signal Bureau's account into a certain BNC account, which happens to be for the head of the Signal Bureau. That's all. Which was supposed to have been meant for payment of a software. That is the only information that at the moment in the public space we know for a fact. Now the person has come back and said, oh, okay, you are right. I'm not denying that we moved some 49 million. But this is what the 49 million was meant for. And this is why the 49 million found itself in the BNC account. Now here we are, sitting down now with two, call it contradicting information. Attorney General is saying one thing, the defendant is also saying another thing. And then we are here using hypothesis to determine one of them being right or wrong. At the moment, something, you and I, neither of us here, can determine whether what Mr. Adu Boahen has said is factual or not. None of us can do that.
We can ask questions.
Yes, that is the only extent.
Including that the Attorney General's charge sheet and the accompanying statement are emphatic and conclusive that monies have been stolen, there's been money laundering, there's been defrauding, and there's been causing financial loss. That there was a purported plan to purchase an installation. And the monies that were supposed to be advanced to the ICS holding that company were given. As we sit now, we don't have that equipment, but monies have been paid.
Okay, so you see, that is why I keep saying that we are just hitting ourselves and some people are getting BPs for nothing. It's a matter of fact. Even the defendant has not denied that some 49 million cedis was moved. But these things you are stating that the Attorney General has charged, the Attorney General is not the court. Doesn't the Attorney General of this country go to court all the time and lose? So the fact that you've indicated certain things in your charge sheet are not necessarily factual or conclusive. That is why you are going to court. You have to go to court and go and prove and provide evidence to your charges on the sheet. The defendant also has the right to also defend himself. So here you are, you've listed plenty of things. The gentleman has also written and also provided some information to his defense. And even gone ahead to say that National Security Coordinator, now that you have the benefit of more information on this subject matter, I advise that you engage your colleague because I have a right to defend myself and I'm still holding on to more information. You call it blackmail. Why are you calling it blackmail? Doesn't the Attorney General also know that the person you are trying to prosecute cannot be prosecuted like any other citizen? Which is also fact. You know that. Because of the role that he plays in this country. No, please let me. Because of the role he plays in this country. So something. The charge sheet means nothing. The charge sheet is only things that you claim you have information on. The defendant's also, his letter is also nothing. His letter is also claims of what he thinks are his defense. That is why I think we shouldn't be going around these circles. We should simply go to the courts. Go and adduce your evidence that you have on the gentleman in court. Give him room to also come and adduce evidence to whatever it is that he is indicating as his defense. But you bringing in other things, and he has houses. So what? Something, you work at multimedia. You are a lawyer. But I'm sure you have other businesses. So if I come and pick your multimedia salary and say, something you tell this we have what you make and see all these things you do, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are a thief. I must prove that indeed which other property or asset you have
actually
connects to whatever it says that I claim you have stolen.
In the courtroom, Adu Boahen has the right to be absolutely silent and not to say one word. And allow the Attorney General to prove his guilt up to a certain point.
Yes. No, but let me conclude. Just give me an indication of conclusion. I'll conclude.
Okay.
So the point I'm making is that all these hypotheses and speculations and if, as a matter of fact, I can also tell Bryce Simmons that yes, the National Security Minister authorized it. Then it negates every other assumption he's making. That yes, the National Security Council is also aware. Then it negates everything. We don't know these things for a fact. So all these charts and attempts to, create a certain correlation based on some formulas, they do not help in law. We are just doing politics with the matter. The Attorney General should freeze all these public engagements. Mr. Adu Boahen should cease writing anymore. After all, he knew the kind of sensitive role he was going for. He's been a national security couple. He understands what comes with the job. He should go to court and go and defend himself.
Thank you.
Attorney General should go to court and go and prove it.
Attorney General is in court.
So he should stop talking. That's what we are saying.
He's not been talking.
Oh, he has been.
He spoke and went to
court. And spoke again. He's back. He's done press conferences twice.
Before he went to court.
No, after court he came back. The second press conference was after he's been to court.
No. So after he had filed the charges.
So before the charges, he came to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Then he went to court.
All right.
Then when he went to court, he came back to speak.
So the day the charges were filed, the Attorney General spoke. That was the last time.
Yeah, but he's been speaking. So he's been speaking, not once.
I want to state, as a matter of fact, that he's not been speaking afterwards.
Afterward. He has been speaking afterwards. The day he came to do the the last press conference he did, were they not already in court?
That was the day the charges were filed.
But it was after the court.
So the fact I'm bringing out is that after that, the Attorney General has not been speaking.
That is speaking twice. That is what you should do. That's speaking twice.
Thank you. So, Victor.
Yes.